Coming up on this hour of Sunrise, rescue and recovery efforts continue in Kerrville after deadly flooding hit the area on the 4th of July. We have the latest and what you can do to help. Plus,
heartbreak and pain are some of the feelings Texans are feeling right now. I'm Stephanie Molina in Kingsville with advice from a mental health expert on how to deal with these emotions.
A curb that's causing concern. I'm Erin Holly on Padre Island. I'll show you how this is causing major safety problems for a man who lives here and what city officials are doing about it.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Chris 6 Sunrise. Thank you so much for waking up with the Hoffmans. I'm Michelle Hoffman.
And I'm Brian Hoffman. We made it halfway through the week already, folks. Hope you're having a great one. And let's bring in our own little ray of sunshine, Miss Julia Equati, into the mix. Good morning, Julia. How you doing?
Hey there, good morning, you guys. I'm doing great, and I think everyone else will be doing great in terms of what our forecast is going to hold for us today. Now, some folks are maybe hoping for a little bit more rainfall to help us out, of course, with our continuous drought issues here in the coastal bend, and thankfully how things kind of end up turning out with a little bit later arrival coming in with our Saharan dust. It's going to allow for that moisture that's still sticking around the area to give us an extended chance of rain opportunities later on today. And more details on that, my full forecast coming up in a few minutes. But right now, taking a look at our traffic flow maps here, heading out the door, things are moving well on Ocean Drive, SPID, and on Saratoga this morning. Moving on over towards Flower Bluff, got pretty much the same driving conditions. Things are moving well heading on Waldron Road and on Flower Bluff Drive. Get a little bit closer towards the gate and Corpus Christi. You can see a little bit of a smidgen of orange there, noting that speeds are going to slow down a little bit as you get a little bit closer towards the gate. Then heading on to the JFK Causeway, going to and from the island. Again, looking at pretty easy driving conditions heading over there on the JFK Causeway again for you on this Wednesday morning. So going back to the forecast very briefly, right now, showers are going to be a bit dry in terms of what we can expect in our forecast right now at this very moment this morning. We'll start to see a little bit more shower activity coming in as we head towards later on this morning and by this afternoon. The exact timing and what you can expect from our continuous rain event here in the area, my full forecast coming up.
Thank you so much, Julie. Appreciate it. So we're going to be checking back in with you in just a little bit. But first, we continue our coverage of the flooding and devastation in central Texas as it enters into its 6th day. The death toll has passed 100, and according to Governor Greg Abbott, at least 170 people are still missing. More than 24 children are among the victims. On Tuesday, Abbott took a helicopter tour of Kerrville, the area hit hardest by the devastating flooding.
Primary job right now continues to be locating everybody who was affected by this flood. There still remain those who are missing. We have to find every single person who's missing.
Now, the flooding in central Texas now stands as the deadliest freshwater flooding event in the U.S. since July of 1976.
Well, an Alice business is stepping up to help flood victims in central Texas with their Texas Strong t-shirt fundraiser. Ramiro Sanchez with L7 Designs tells Alice neighborhood news reporter Melissa Trevino it could have been any of us. 2 of his youngest sons were in the central Texas area for the holiday weekend, and once he knew they were safe, he and the L7 design team got to work.
How can we help? Do we head over there right now? And that's whenever, L7 Designs and Graphics, when they found out what was going on too, they immediately jumped into action and started helping out.
L7 Designs will take orders for the Texas Strong t-shirt until Monday, and all funds will be given to the flood victims in Central Texas. If you'd like more information on this fundraiser, look for this story on our website, christv.com.
Well, if you're looking for a way that you can help Texas flood relief efforts and not send your money over to a possible scam, you can always send your donations to the Scripps News Group and the Scripps Howard Foundation by simply scanning that QR code you see on your screen. We'll make sure that the funds get to where they need to go. Or you can always text the word flooding to 50155. And for more information on how you can help flood victims in Central Texas, just scan that QR code you see on your screen or go to our website, christv.com.
As many feel despair looking at the devastation happening in Central Texas, professional counselor at Texas A&M Kingsville, Corey Martin, says it's important for everyone to take care of their mental health during this time. Martin adds having a good support system is also important, recommending students and neighbors use the TELUS Health app as a way to get connected with different mental health resources, and finding comfort in sharing similar emotion with others. Martin says you can reach out to 211 if you're needing more assistance. In Kingsville, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Stephanie Molina, KRIS 6 News.
As you can see, this curb is the same height as an iPhone. Jason Lyons tells me that's way too high for his electric wheelchair to get over. I'm Erin Holly, your Padre Island neighborhood news reporter. I took Jason's concerns about accessibility near the Commodore's Bridge construction to city leaders. This is what Jason Lyons' daily commute to work looks like. A 1.5-mile ride that he calls
the road of death.
Construction on the Commodore's Drive Bridge project has been going on for 1.5 years now. One side of the bridge opened Tuesday, but Jason tells me he can't get over the sidewalks of the new bridge in his chair. I sent Corpus Christi City Councilwoman Kaylin Paxson a picture of the curb that Jason says needs a ramp. Councilwoman Kaylin Paxton tells me the ADA compliant ramps should be installed in the coming weeks.
Hey there, good morning. Happy Wednesday. So starting us off today, things are going to be starting off on a dry note here in the coastal bends. Shower opportunities are actually going to extend the forecast on this Wednesday. Now, yesterday we talked about Tuesday being our last chance to see some rainfall in the forecast, but what actually ended up happening is that our round of Saharan dust is not quite here yet. We have a light blanket right now coming through to the area, but that thickest plume that's going to offer dry conditions, taking away our rainfall opportunity, that hasn't quite arrived yet. So lingering moisture still currently in the area is going to allow for an extended period of isolated to straight isolated showers rather, still going to be in the forecast today. So right now, taking a look at our CSTC Skycam over at Snoopy's Pier, can make out some small hints of that sunrise just beginning over beyond the JFK Causeway there. We can see we're also looking at a bit of a partly cloudy start on this Wednesday morning as well. Now, we can expect temperatures to be still on that same range that we found to be each and every day here in the coastal bend. Areas that are a little bit more further inland, waking up to temperatures in those upper 70s. Areas more closer towards the coast, waking up to a little bit more of those muggier conditions in those lower 80s. Here with our wind speeds clocking nearby 10 miles an hour or less across the area. So again, pretty light breeze to counteract with that little bit of humidity that's coming into areas again there along the coast. Seeing our Doppler radar here, we can see a little bit of those passing showers, mostly bubbling in over in our Gulf waters, passing through portions of the Sea Drift area, maybe a little bit towards the Victoria Crossroads, nearby Bay City, and going further up north with some heavier downpours in those areas. But for us here at home, a bit of a drier start, but our shower opportunity is expected to come in as we head towards the midday and by this afternoon. Looking at our moisture tracker, we can see how moisture is still in our area, and this is mostly because of a bit of a small prevalent wrinkle in the atmosphere with low pressure that's kind of nearby us here in the coastal bend. So it's going to offer us a continuous rainfall opportunities here in the forecast today. You can see a little bit more darker hues coming in throughout some areas by this afternoon. So by that same timing, we'll expect some heavier downpours potentially coming into the area as we look ahead towards the afternoon, a little bit after lunchtime, and then see our rainfall opportunities begin to decrease as we head towards tonight into the overnight. That's the exact same timing when that darker plume, or thicker plume rather, of Saharan dust is set to arrive here on the coastal bend. That's that kind of plume of Saharan dust is going to take away our rain chances as we head towards the later on hours tonight, and then we'll have even thicker round coming in as we head towards your Thursday. So we'll see a bigger, more concern coming into the mix as it relates towards our air quality, but that's going to be a bit short-lived. We'll see that Saharan dust begin to clear on out as early as our Thursday, getting more shower opportunity coming back to the forecast by this weekend.
Immediate relief is needed, but long-term relief is required. I'm Michaela Chavez in Kerrville, learning how a small local business is stepping up to help.
And when war ends, sometimes the battle doesn't. Coming up in this week's Veterans in Focus, I'll show you how some veterans are finding peace in an unlikely place.
This is Veterans in Focus, sponsored by the Heil Law Firm, battling for justice, winning for the community.
So when you think of healing for wounded veterans, you probably imagine therapy or support groups. But what if finding that type of peace came from something raw, physical, and 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit? Take a look.
At a workshop in Jonestown, Texas, veterans and first responders can step away from traditional programs to hammer out their pain and reflect on their lives one strike at a time.
They start with 4-inch piece of 3/4-inch round bar, and they end up with about a 4-inch blade.
This isn't just about making knives. The mission is in its name, forging resilience.
You got to stick with it to start to finish, and if you make a mistake, you got to figure out how to fix that mistake so you don't waste the steel.
Brett Robinson designed this 4-day experience for just 2 participants at a time.
And you build a trust.
And they don't just craft steel. They share meals, stories, and a place far from the battles they've carried with them.
To me, it's paramount. They heal each other.
Robinson knows that kind of healing isn't always easy to find. As a retired first sergeant of the 82nd Airborne, his own service left scars.
You know, my combat tours, I did 2 Bosnias, 5 Kosovos, 2 Iraqs before I ever retired. You know, we had, I think our first tour, we had my battalion 10 killed, 78 wounded. You know, and I had 3 of my own die in my company.
That's why Forging Resilience exists, to give veterans and first responders a place to work through what's hard to say and do it all alongside someone who understands.
Hopefully they're getting out of it what I'm trying to put into it.
Well, Ryan Morse believes they are. He's part of Military Order of the Purple Heart, Chapter 598, and they've partnered with Robinson to expand the program.
It really fits the bill for somebody who, they're wanting that new experience, they want to try something new in a very safe and controlled environment with people who speak the language, they've walked the walk, they talk the talk.
Morse went through the program himself, and he admits it isn't easy.
This was no joke. This was not, you know, you just kind of show up and I'm going to pound with a hammer. This was the real deal.
But what comes out of the forge isn't just a knife. It's connection.
The emotion for me was spending time with someone whose trauma was really fresh and, you know, instantly catastrophic, and someone still going through the things that I went through quite a few years ago. Just because the trauma is a little different, it's still the same.
And when it's over, they leave with more than steel. They leave with something that lasts. A reminder of how far they've come.
There's great stories in that knife, and it's never been used for anything other than to kind of show off to people. So it's a nice symbol of what accomplishment can be.
Now, here's the deal. To qualify for Forging Resilience, you have to be a Purple Heart recipient, combat veteran, or law enforcement officer who is critically wounded, involved in a critical incident, or hit 10 years in law enforcement. They are being selective about who can join because of the physical demands of making a knife. But for more information, you can visit our website, christv.com.
Hey, good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday. We made it to the halfway point of our work week here. And I know we talked about yesterday that it was going to be our last day to see some shower activity here in the coastal bend, but we had a few changes happen in the forecast to allow our rain chances to actually extend to today. So we're seeing a little bit of a later arrival with that thickest plume of Saharan dust that will offer us truly dry conditions here in the coastal bend. That's set to come in later on by the late evening hours. So our rain chances will extend during the afternoon. And also we got a little bit of a small wrinkle of low pressure that's kind of parked nearby us here in the coastal bend that's going to increase that influx of moisture, allowing our rain chances again to continue for us today on this Wednesday. Right now, it's going to take a look at our Whataburger Field Sky Cam where we can see gorgeous hues of that sunrise beginning over towards the right side of your screen over beyond the Old Harbor Bridge. So gorgeous picturesque view. As you can see, things are going to be a bit dry for a start here this morning with that shower activity expected to ramp up later on today and certainly by this afternoon. Taking a look at temperatures here, as we've seen consistently each and every day this week, starting out warmer for areas that are along the coast with a little bit more of that moisture and humidity adding towards your temperatures, already reaching towards those lower 80s, upper 70s for areas that are also further inland here in the coastal bend. Wind speeds are also going to be on the lighter side for us, maybe a bit faster, nearby 10-mile-an-hour winds being clocked here in Port Aransas, 8-mile-an-hour winds over in the Bluff. Going further inland though, looking at those lighter single-digit wind speeds across most of our neighborhoods. Taking a look at Doppler radar, we can see that shower activity isn't quite making it to us here in the coastal bend just quite yet. More shower activity now passing through nearby the Seadrift area, also approaching near Bay City and near the Houston area as well. But for us right now, our turn isn't here just quite yet with our shower activity coming into the forecast expected by this afternoon. So looking at moisture tracker, we can see those darker hues and darker plumes coming in by around 3, 4, and 5 o'clock this afternoon. So that's what we'll expect those heavier downpours possible coming in with more of those isolated to maybe even scattered showers through northern portions of the coastal bend this afternoon. But also start to see a bit of a decrease of that rain activity as we head towards the later hours tonight. That's timing with when we'll start to see that thicker plume of Saharan dust arriving in the area, giving us those drier conditions that will settle in tomorrow too, giving us a bit of a hit with our air quality, giving us slightly warmer temperatures as well before our rain chances return by this weekend.
Driving around Corpus Christi, you might see food trucks like this. I'm Tony Jaramillo on the south side with details of a big change to how these food trucks will operate.
Welcome back, folks. Well, with all of the price changes we're seeing left and right, plus those looming tariffs, prices may be changing. So I'm keeping track of those grocery prices to help your dollar go a little bit further. All right, all of these prices are as of this morning on these retailers' websites. Let's start with eggs, right? A carton of eggs is going to cost you $2.79 at Target. That's third place. Second place goes to H-E-B, $2.78. First place goes to Walmart, $2.72 over there. What about a loaf of bread? Well, third place goes to Target, $1.49. Second place, H-E-B. We're seeing a trend here, $1.30. And then Walmart sitting at $1.27 there. On to a gallon of milk. Third place, H-E-B, $2.72. Second place goes to Target, $2.69. First place, yet again, goes to Walmart at $2.62. What about that ground beef, though? A pound of ground beef will cost you $5.99 at Target, $4.98 at H-E-B, and again, the cheapest, $4.94 over at Walmart. So if you're shopping on a budget, Walmart might be the best bet this week.
All right, good morning. I'm taking a live look outside of our First Community Bank Skycam atop the USS Lexington. We can see hints now of that sunrise now beginning for us at this moment. Can still see a little bit some partly cloudy skies as greet us this morning as well. Traffic flow is moving pretty well on both of those harbor bridges there, the old one and the new one right now. Both lanes, of course, now open on the new harbor bridge. Northbound still going on the old one at the moment. Let's go and take a look at those traffic flow maps, see what you can expect on other roadways to start you out for your Wednesday morning commute. Things are moving well on the JFK Causeway going to from the island with no traffic concerns. Heading on over to Flower Bluff, things are looking good there as well. All clear with all those shades of green on Waldron Road and on Flower Bluff Drive. A little bit of improvement happening as you get a little bit closer towards the gate at NAS Corpus Christi, now only encountering a medium speed rather than a slower speed at this moment. And all clear on these last three roadways on Ocean Drive, down to SPID, and on Saratoga for your Wednesday morning commute. That's it for Traffic Report. The details of your forecast coming up.
I'm John Matarese. Debit or credit, it's a choice many of us have to make every day. We'll let you know when it's right to use that debit card and when you should always pay by credit.
Now, weather on the 6s.
Good morning, happy Wednesday. Welcome on back. We're now taking a look at our CC Skycam over at Snoopy's Pier. We can see that gorgeous hues of that sunrise happening on the right side of your screen of the JFK Causeway there. We can also see some partly cloudy skies to greet our skies this morning too. Across the coastal bend, things will be off towards a dry note, but a couple passing showers are going to be once again the forecast for us today as a small changes happen. We're going to see that arrival of that Saharan dust coming in the area later on today. So all that moisture that's still hanging on into South Texas is going to allow us to see some continuous shower activity coming into the area that could ramp up and offer some heavy downpours by this afternoon and towards the early evening hours. Right now, though, taking a look at Doppler radar, things are mostly dry throughout the majority of the coastal bend. Couple passing showers earlier this morning in Aransas County, but again, for now, things are going to be on the drier side and showers will be stray at best during most of our morning. Right now, taking a look at our temperatures, things are of course still muggy for areas that are along the coast. Looking at those temperatures, mostly hanging on towards those lower 80s, going towards those upper 70s in other areas and neighborhoods here in the coastal bend. Now for our planner today, again, we're going to be looking at start for some partly cloudy skies, eventually mostly sunny conditions as we get a little bit closer towards midday and by this afternoon. Temperatures also warming up towards those lower 90s by this afternoon as well. So things are still going to warm up for us. And again, with our shower activity is expected to come into the mix as we look ahead towards this afternoon for certain, especially for inland and northern neighborhoods. But if you need a morning or even an afternoon pick-me-up for some iced coffee, here's your forecast for that as well. We'll be looking at, again, high temperatures reaching towards 93 degrees here in Corpus Christi. Still see those feel like temperatures reaching around those triple digits, but with all that sunshine, we'll still see some passing showers as that moisture continues to hang on strong in our area today. So kind of mapping this out with Future Tracker, as you saw, things were kind of quiet all throughout the morning, maybe a couple passing showers here and there that Future Tracker is tracking here, but we will start to see a little bit more shower opportunity coming in by this afternoon. A couple heavy downpours possible throughout portions of B and Live Oaks County. Those showers start to get a little bit more active heading towards around 4, 5, and 6 o'clock this evening. So again, more widespread, maybe isolated shower activity that's going to extend throughout portions of inland and northern neighborhoods. So Jim Wells County on up towards Refugio and B counties there with that shower activity. Starting to get some maybe rumbles of thunder, heavier downpours for sure coming into the forecast at that point. Then heading towards our late evening hours, around 10, 11 o'clock tonight, shower activity will start to wrap up, and that's along the timing that we'll have that thicker plume of Saharan dust that's going to push on in, giving us those drier conditions here in the coastal bend. So moisture tracker giving us that view of that moisture that's continuing to hang on into our area, but right around that 10, 11, midnight hour, that's when that lighter hue of yellow coming into the map is going to begin to appear, along with that thicker plume of Saharan dust that's going to give us drier conditions that's going to last in our forecast through your Thursday and your Friday, but it's going to begin to wrap up and clear out with that widespread haze some point on your Friday. So it's going to offer some more shower activity, potentially coming back to the forecast for your weekend, looking at isolated, maybe even scattered showers and thunderstorms possible with even a deeper round of moisture that's going to be coming in as we look ahead towards this upcoming weekend. Looking at your 7-day forecast, again, you want to keep that umbrella on hand with our extended rain chances coming in by later on this afternoon and heading towards this early evening hours. Then the Saharan dust arriving late tonight, giving us dry conditions, more sunshine coming in for the end of our work week before more shower activity comes into the area by this weekend.
I'm Joe St. George on Capitol Hill. Congress just passed one of the more controversial spending and tax bills in recent years. So what are lawmakers doing the rest of the summer? We go in depth on the effort to cut spending. Next.
Now, say hello to your neighbors. This is your Chris 6 News Sunrise Shoutouts.
Hello, Chris 6 Sunrise team. We're Copp Wilson Elementary in the Southside neighborhood, and we want to wish our neighbors across the coastal bend a great morning, great day.
And you heard that there. Those were our neighbors from Cock Wilson Elementary. We hope you guys also have a great morning and a wonderful day. And folks, if you want to send us your own shout out video, all you have to do is scan the QR code you see right there on your screen or go to our website, christv.com.
All right, folks, could PBS and NPR soon lose all federal taxpayer dollars? Will programs meant to fight AIDS in Africa also have a similar fate?
As our Joe St. George reports, after passing President Trump's One Big Beautiful bill last week, lawmakers in Washington are shifting their focus to making cuts that have become just as controversial as that newly minted tax law.
Congress just passed a major tax and spending bill, which spends more money on defense, the border, and yes, tax cuts. So what's Congress doing the rest of the summer? Well, the exact opposite of spending money. President Trump is asking Congress to pass something known as a rescission package in the coming days. It's basically an ask that any president can make to cancel previously allocated funds. The Congressional Budget and Impoundment Control Act of 1974 allows the president to do this, and Congress has until July 18th to comply with the president's request. Overall, President Trump wants $9.4 billion cut, which includes the formal defunding of USAID, as well as former President Bush's AIDS relief program, plus federal funding for PBS and NPR.
To my friends across the aisle, I know you love your globalist pet projects, but the American people are fed up.
We will have zero claim to global leadership while you all have killed off Elmo.
The House has already passed this legislation despite Democratic opposition, but the Senate has yet to act, and they only have until next Friday to do so, or legal experts say the White House will be legally bound to spend the money. In an effort to prevent funding cuts,
your favorite PBS programs could disappear without this critical funding.
Public broadcasters have launched a social media campaign. Meanwhile, President Trump continues his steadfast support. Last month, he wrote on Truth Social, NPR and PBS are a radical left disaster and 1,000% against the Republican Party. While public broadcasters don't rely exclusively on federal dollars to operate, NPR is warning their listeners of the dire consequences. If rescission passes and local stations go dark, millions of Americans will no longer have access to locally owned, independent, nonprofit media and will bear the risk of living in a news desert. Republican leaders in the Senate are not expected to call a vote on the measure until next week, and there are some moderate Republicans who have expressed some concern. Democratic leader Chuck Schumer has called it a, quote, toxic proposal, although Democratic support is not needed for it to pass. Joe St. George, Scripps News Group, Washington.
Hey there, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Heading out the door, you're going to be greeted with dry conditions here in the coastal bend, but eventually things will become soggy throughout some neighborhoods as we head towards this afternoon. Our timing has kind of changed on when we expect that thicker plume of Saharan dust coming into the area, so it's going to extend our rain chances in the forecast today on our Wednesday here. Looking at our planner, though, it's not going to show that rainfall. We're going to be looking at mostly our sunny conditions that's going to extend during the midday hours, then our temperatures increasing towards those lower 90s as we head toward this afternoon. But again, those rain chances are still going to be in the forecast for us, really ramping up for inland and northern neighborhoods by the time we head towards this afternoon. So looking at the timing of that, around lunchtime, we'll start to see stray showers possible, then maybe isolated, even though maybe a flirt of scattered showers potentially coming in the forecast by this afternoon, kind of extending a little bit towards the early evening hours. Then our rain opportunities are going to begin to decrease, I should say, as we head towards our evening hours. That's going to be around the timing with that thicker plume of Saharan dust coming to the area, drying us out briefly before more showers come back this weekend.
From Chris 6, this is 20 minutes of non-stop news.
Hey there, folks. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us for our 20 minutes of non-stop news with the Hoffmans. I'm Brian Hoffman.
And I'm Michelle Hoffman. We'll check in with meteorologist Julia Quady in just a bit, but first, we continue our coverage of the flooding devastation in central Texas as it enters its 6th day.
Yeah, unfortunately, the death toll has passed 100, and according to Governor Greg Abbott, at least 170 more people are still missing. Sunrise Neighborhood News reporter Michaela Chavez stopped by Grape Juice in Kerrville to see how they're helping out their neighbors in need.
I'm Michaela Chavez at the Grape Juice restaurant in Kerrville, where the staff has hit pause on serving customers and instead are focused on helping people in need. The team here is making this a donation station for people, whether they need food or items.
We've done catering gigs in the past, but it's nothing on this scale.
After seeing their small town turned upside down, Grape Juice Restaurant stepped up to help. At first, they made sandwiches.
It's what we do. It's not too far from what we do, just the context is different.
As the need evolved, so did their efforts. Owner Derek Easton says they were ready to open up stations around the area to give out even larger meals, already giving away 7,000.
A lot of these people are working paycheck to paycheck to begin with, and I think when you exist like that, you understand what it's like to not have a lot or lose everything.
And although immediate relief is always welcome, it doesn't last.
Next week, something else may happen, right? And eyes and ears are going to be elsewhere. But the difference now, we're here. This doesn't just go away by scrolling up. We're going to be here for a long time, and so as much as we can get while we have the eyes and ears, we're accepting.
We have some clothes in this box, and these are a lot of kids' clothing.
People from all over have stepped in to help. Houston Texan JJ Watt just donated $100,000.
It's amazing. It's unfathomable.
No matter the size of the donation, even people from Corpus Christi are helping with their efforts, including Marlene Wasson.
It'll get placed somewhere because no matter what, it's going to be needed.
The help that they're going to need will be from months and on. I know we don't have millions to donate, but we think that whatever we can donate will help a lot.
That donation,
thank y'all so much,
helping them make kits filled with cooking supplies.
I understand what it's like to ask or feel like you have to ask for a handout, and we want to provide resources for people to cook for themselves, sustain themselves. Cookware, that's propane gas stoves, that's electric stoves, that's utensils, that's seasonings, that's cooking oil.
Anyone interested in donating can keep updated on their Facebook.
Okay, keep up the good work. Let us know what else y'all need, okay?
Thank you.
Now, the Grape Juice restaurant does not have a time frame yet on when they'll be back open for the public. For now, they're focused on continuing their efforts here and helping those for as long as they're needed. In Kerrville, I'm Michaela Chavez, Chris 6 Sunrise.
As many feel despair looking at the devastation happening in Central Texas, professional counselor at Texas A&M Kingsville, Corey Martin, says it's important for everyone to take care of their mental health during this time. Martin adds having a good support system is also important, recommending students and neighbors use the TELUS Health app as a way to get connected with different mental health resources, and finding comfort in sharing similar emotion with others. Martin says you can reach out to 211 if you're needing more assistance. In Kingsville, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Stephanie Molina, Chris 6 News.
As you can see, this curb is the same height as an iPhone. Jason Lyons tells me that's way too high for his electric wheelchair to get over. I'm Erin Holly, your Padre Island Neighborhood News reporter. I took Jason's concerns about accessibility near the Commodore's Bridge construction to city leaders. This is what Jason Lyons' daily commute to work looks like. A 1.5-mile ride that he calls
the road of death.
Construction on the Commodore's Drive Bridge project has been going on for 1.5 years now. One side of the bridge opened Tuesday, but Jason tells me he can't get over the sidewalks of the new bridge in his chair. I sent Corpus Christi City Councilwoman Kaylin Paxton a picture of the curb that Jason says needs a ramp. Councilwoman Kaylin Paxton tells me the ADA-compliant ramps should be installed in the coming weeks.
I'm Tony Jaramillo, your neighborhood news reporter on the South Side. Governor Greg Abbott signed a law sparking a big change for food truck vendors. Some vendors say the law puts more money in their pockets. Others say the new law creates more competition. He says the current permit system is a nightmare for vendors who cross county lines. House Bill 2844 will create a single state license for mobile food vendors, replacing the patchwork of local permits. Pena says right now, city and counties are inconsistent when it comes to enforcement. House Bill 2844 will allow vendors to operate in any Texas city or county with one license from the Texas Health and Human Services Commission. The city's health department tells me with the change, the city will only investigate reported foodborne illness from food trucks. All other complaints will be handled by the state unless a collaborative agreement is reached before the bill goes into effect. That date is July 1st, 2026. On the South Side, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Tony Jaramillo, Chris 6 News.
Hey there, good morning. Happy Wednesday. We made it to the midway part of our work week. So we're almost done with the work week here. And what we're not done quite yet with, though, is going to be that shower opportunity that has now extended from yesterday now towards today. We have Saharan dust that is making its way to the coastal bend. Kind of a bit of a light blanket right now currently in place, but the thickest plume of that's going to truly offer us drier conditions in the forecast. That's going to be coming in a little bit later on today. So we'll see a bit of an extension of rainfall opportunities coming in the forecast today later on this afternoon. So right now, let's go ahead and take a look at our Whataburger Field sky cam pointed over towards downtown and kind of make out some of that haze under those partly cloudy skies. You can see that sunshine coming in the bit from our sunrise already beginning right now at this moment too. Now looking at our temperatures, things are still going to be off toward the same range that we've been waking up to each and every morning here in the coastal bend, still reaching towards those lower 80s for areas that are along the coast, upper 70s further inland, a little bit warmer of course for areas that are closer to the coast because that moisture and humidity coming in from those Gulf waters. Looking at our winds coming in around 10 miles an hour, topping out that range for areas that are closer towards the coast as well. Port Aransas sitting at 11-mile-an-hour winds, single-digit mile-an-hour wind speeds happening for areas that are further inland here in the coastal bend. Looking at Doppler radar now, we can see things are dry for now, but our shower opportunities will be coming in later on by midday and certainly by this afternoon. Right now, we can see things are going to be a bit dry. A couple passing showers going nearby Seadrift in the past few minutes or so, and going further up north nearby Bay City and towards the Houston area. But for us here in the coastal bend, getting a bit of a dry start for now before our rainfall opportunities come in later on today. Looking at moisture tracker, we can see how darker hues of green coming into the map throughout some northern portions of the coastal bend. Some smidgens of B County and Refugio County is going to be in that mix. So that's what's going to offer, again, give us those rain opportunities with those deeper hues of moisture still lingering in our area before drier air settles in with Saharan dust that's going to make its way to the coastal bend beginning tonight and then extending towards your Thursday and your Friday. We'll expect the Saharan dust to begin to wrap up on Friday, so we'll see a little less of that widespread haze that's going to really be thick and heavy in our area, especially on Thursday. Also offering us a bit of an increase in our temperatures, reaching towards those mid-90s, 94 degrees for our afternoon high temperatures on your Thursday and Friday. But after that Saharan dust clears out of our area, we'll see a return of really thick, deep moisture coming back towards our area. So it's going to give us some more opportunity to see some rainfall in the coastal bend with scattered showers and thunderstorms possible as we look ahead towards the weekend.
Now, 6 things to know before you go.
All right, folks, here's a list of 6 things you need to know before heading out the door.
The death toll from the devastating flooding in central Texas has now passed 100. According to Governor Greg Abbott, at least 170 people are still missing as well. More than a dozen children are among the victims, and yesterday Abbott took a helicopter tour of Kerrville, the area hit hardest by the devastating flooding. He says lawmakers will begin to address the statewide alert system during their upcoming special session, and the flooding in Central Texas now stands as the deadliest freshwater flooding event in the U.S. since July of 1976.
Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth is set to meet up with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu later on today. The meeting comes after Netanyahu met with President Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, and congressional leaders. He is speaking with American officials about the war in Gaza and recent attacks in Iran. President Trump had told reporters he wants a ceasefire in Gaza this week, and he wants the hostages released. Hegseth had canceled a trip to Israel in May.
The U.S. Supreme Court has sided with President Trump's plan to dramatically reshape federal agencies. The High Court ruled to allow mass layoffs and have reorganization efforts move forward, at least temporarily. In a brief unsigned order, the court paused a lower ruling that blocked the administration's push to reduce the federal workforce. And the case stems from an executive order Trump signed in February aimed at slashing the size of federal agencies.
Well, the public comment process for the city council meetings here at home in Corpus Christi have changed. Neighbors wishing to speak during public comment period must sign up at least 1 hour before the start of the meetings. So you can sign up online or in person over the City Hall kiosk outside the City Council chambers. The changes will go into effect Tuesday, July 15th. They were approved by City Council on June 10th.
A Corpus Christi police officer has been arrested for indecent assault. Officer Stephen Moran turned himself in to the Como County Sheriff's Office on Monday. No details have been released on what led to the charge, but a statement from the Corpus Christi Police Department says it happened outside the workplace. Moran is on administrative leave.
Well, you may have noticed, but the northbound lanes for the new Harbor Bridge are now open. They opened just a little before 8 Tuesday night. The lanes were supposed to open earlier on in the day, but it was delayed due to rain. The final paving on the lanes had to be dry before the traffic can be shifted onto them.
All right, now taking outside, looking at our view of our Skycam atop SPID. We can see a little bit more heavier traffic flow throughout portions there on SPID, but still moving pretty decently. So if you have to head out the door under these somewhat hazy conditions right now, that Saharan dust starts to push its way through here in the coastal bend. Those are the type of driving conditions that right now you can expect on SPID. Let's go and take a look at our traffic map, see what you can expect on other roadways throughout the area. Things are looking good on the JFK Causeway going to and from the island. Moving on over to Flower Bluff, a bit of a median speed throughout one area here on Walden Road, all clear on Flower Bluff Drive. A little bit more extended congestion and traffic happening as you get a little bit closer towards the gate at NAS Corpus Christi, so just make sure you keep that in mind if you're going to be heading in that direction. Moving on over towards downtown, all clear on Ocean Drive down to SPID and on Saratoga, all three roadways with those shades of green, noting that, of course, traffic flow is moving pretty well for your start on this Wednesday morning. That's it for your traffic report. More details and forecast coming up.
Thank you so much, Julia. So recalls of more than 1 million Ram pickup trucks are being investigated by federal auto safety regulators. At issue is whether the recalls were sufficient enough to fix a flaw that could lead to the vehicles rolling away unexpectedly. Not something you want in a truck. The deficit in question could lead to a pickup's transmission being shifted into or out of park without having a foot on the brake pedal or even a key in the ignition. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration got 20 reports indicating previous recall repairs did not fix the problem. The agency says a handful of incidents involving injuries and several others that reportedly led to a crash or fire. The NHTSA recall query covers nearly 1.2 million pickups made by Ram model years 2013 through 2018.
So when it comes to opening your wallet, choosing the right card to pay for everyday purchases could actually save you some money. Scripps News Group consumer reporter John Matarese reports.
Debit or credit? It's a choice many of us have to make several times a day if you have both types of card. Do you want that money to come out of your bank account immediately, or do you want it to go on your credit card bill to be paid at the end of the month?
Lee Gorman loves using a credit card.
for all the points back she gets.
We normally use credit cards because A, it helps us track all of our spending, and B, we take advantage of the miles we get back from our credit card company.
All right, $14.61. Okay.
But other shoppers worry about credit card interest and prefer debit cards. Like Charmaine McKinney.
Because I know it's coming right out of there and there's no interest rate on my money when I spend it, and I don't have to worry about paying it back.
Chip Lupo with Wallet Hub says the choice comes down to your spending habits.
It's very easily to go on spending sprees with a debit card and then wreck your budget.
He advises using credit cards for everyday purchases because they offer more benefits, including rewards like cashback, air travel miles, and hotel points. Credit cards also offer fraud protection, and they allow you to build credit. But Lupo cautions you'll only benefit if you use the credit card responsibly.
If you are racking up hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars in purchases every month and carrying a balance, interest charges are going to apply. Not only is that basically going to cancel out any rewards you've earned, that's going to be tacked onto the balance every day.
When it comes to cash, Lupo recommends using your debit card and not taking credit card cash advances. So whether you like to put that coffee on debit or credit, be sure you know the downsides of each.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
That way you don't waste your money. John Mattery, Scripps News Group.
Here's a look at what's trending now. Starbucks is out with a new Frappuccino drink. The Strato Frappuccino blended beverage comes in 3 different flavors: strawberry, matcha, salted caramel mocha, and brown sugar. The new drink combines creamy cold foam and Frappuccino to create a layered look. And the coffee chain is delivering this new item after canceling a handful of less popular drinks from its menu. That actually looks really good.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yes, it does.
Ooh.
All right, which one are you getting, Julia?
Oh, gosh. I love matcha.
The salted caramel brown sugar is mine.
I'll try each and every one and let y'all know. I don't know which one I'll probably get today, but I'm going to get one of those. I know that much.
Oh, we should do some type of taste test. We should all go out there
take a photo.
after the
We
show.
should do a taste test.
I love looking and taking photos and videos of it, but I honestly just drink my coffee black.
We can do the taste test.
You guys,
it's too sweet for you.
Well, I'll take the video and the photo for you guys.
Yeah.
I have a serious sweet tooth, so that just it hits hard for me. It's so good. I love it. Oh, now I'm excited. All right. I know another thing some folks might be excited for too is our extension of our rain chances in the forecast today. We'll still see some sunshine though, beginning in this morning and then continuing throughout this afternoon. Still looking at some mostly sunny skies, but shower activity is going to really start to ramp up as we head towards this afternoon, with isolated showers expected to come in, especially for inland and northern neighborhoods by this afternoon. So right now, taking a look at Doppler radar, things are for the most part dry across the majority of the coastal bend here. Seeing a couple passing showers in the last hour or so over in Aransas County, but other than that, things are looking dry right now at the moment. Now, what does this all mean for your dog walking forecast? First, let's go ahead and introduce our star for this morning. We have Simba, maybe expecting some dry conditions too for their dog walk. And Simba, I'm in agreement with you. Things are going to be dry for now. Shower activity is not really going to ramp up for us until we head toward this afternoon. Maybe a stray shower or two could make its way into the coastal bend, but nothing truly with any heavy rainfall that we're expecting by this afternoon when shower activity begins to pick up. So we'll be looking at that sunshine starting to come on through all throughout this morning. Temperatures warming up towards those mid to upper 80s by 10, 11 o'clock, and by this afternoon, approaching those lower 90s, eventually reaching our afternoon high temperature of 93 degrees here in Corpus Christi. Again, pretty much a very similar forecast that we had yesterday. Still going to see sunshine, mostly sunny skies, along with those stray to isolated showers that will ramp up by this afternoon. So in terms of the timing of what we're expecting for that shower activity and when it is going to begin to pick up, it's going to be a little bit around lunchtime, especially for, again, inland and northern neighborhoods, really picking up to maybe isolated to even scattered showers possible during the course of our afternoon and early evening hours. But by later on tonight, especially getting closer towards the midnight hour into your Thursday, that's when our rain chances are going to really truly diminish. That's going to go along with the timing of the arrival of that thicker plume of Saharan dust that's going to arrive here in South Texas, really offering us those drier conditions. That's going to take away our rain chances throughout the remainder of our work week. A thicker plume really starting to settle on in the area by your Thursday. So really looking at heavier issues in terms of our air quality in our forecast beginning tomorrow. But then we'll be expecting things to clear on out by our Friday. So only really today and tomorrow with those worst of those hazier conditions coming into the forecast. And then very quickly, our rain event will come back in the forecast with more deep moisture returning back towards us into this weekend with scattered showers.
Alrighty, Julia, thank you so much. And folks, thank you again for joining us. Chris 6 Sunrise here. We hope to see you tomorrow again bright and early.
Have a great one.